Go to YouTube. It's the Christ Surviving Prophecy. Yeah. And I'm just sitting down, thinking about, you know, um, just thinking. Um, Listen, man, I know this playoffs. I know these playoffs are going to be wild. To be honest with you, I don't give a shit if I don't give a crap if lose out on my predictions. You know what I'm saying? These are just my predictions. You know what I'm saying? Um, I just wanted to talk about two teams. Obviously the Browns and the Washington team, and why I think that they could possibly shock the world and win their first playoff game. Obviously, going for the Washington team. Outside of that division, only the Eagles and the Giants have won, you know, Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, um, the Giants beating the Patriots twice and the Eagles beating the Patriots with Nick Foles as backup. But besides that, the Cowboys, every time they win the division, they don't get far. The Washington team, every time they win the division, they don't get far. So it is what it is. But I just think that the Redskins are different. In the years of and I believe the years of the Giants sweeping them twice every year is gonna be over. You know, um, because the one thing that the Giants don't have that the Washington team has is talent on the defensive side. Yeah, they'll struggle on offense. Like, who doesn't struggle on offense? You know what I'm saying? Like, the Seahawks have a terrible defense, but obviously they make up for it on offense because they have talent on the offensive side. You know what I'm saying? It's either you bad in one position, it's either you bad in one unit, or you good at the other. If your defense sucks, you have to be able to shoot. If your defense sucks, then you're gonna have to be able to shoot out with a different team. You know what I'm saying? Or not with the different team, with the opposite team. You know what I'm saying? Or if you have a shitty offense, you expect your defense to come through in tight situations. You know what I'm saying? You can never have it both ways. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, I just think that the Washington team is going to, I think the Washington team is going to shock a lot of people. The fact that they can get after Tom Brady, and you're asking like 400 and plus pound men to block. Some of them may not even be good in in their position. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going up against Kerrigan, you go up against Montez Sweat or Sweat, you're going up against Chase Young. So you have three legitimate great pass rush with the Washington team. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know everybody's gonna look past that as he's and then they saying, oh, they facing Tom Brady. Like, listen, Tom Brady doesn't play defense at the end of the day. He can only control one unit, and that's offense. So the Bugs defense is gonna have to shut the the Washington offense down in order for in order for the Washington team to break. You know what I'm saying? Because you can only hold your opponents for so long. You can your scheme, the way the way you game plan, it will break down eventually. You know what I'm saying? The Washington team has a very good front four, but they questionable in the secondary. Giving up huge plays. They're not good against the run, so that's why they blitz a lot. But their front four, they could get after any quarterback. And Tom Brady is nobody special. Like, I believe that if you put a great defensive unit against Tom Brady, he's gonna self-destruct. We've seen that against the Philadelphia Eagles. We've seen that against the Giants twice. You know what I'm saying? When Tom Brady faces an elite defense, he does not play very well. Don't matter if he's in the AFC or NFC. Since he's in the NFC, it's gonna be even harder because the competition is gonna be even harder than it was in the AFC. You know, the AFC was a cakewalk. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't have to face one good defense after another good defense. You know what I'm saying? This is the NFC East. This is the NFC East conference. You know, not NFC East, but this is just the NFC conference. You know what I'm saying? Like it's levels to this. You know what I'm saying? So Tom Brady is not gonna it's not gonna be a cakewalk like he thinks it is. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that the Redskins. I'm gonna have to get used to saying Washington team. I'm just so used to saying Redskins all the time because that was their name. So the Washington team, it wouldn't shock me if the Washington team beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because I don't believe that. I don't believe Tom Brady and Antonio Brown is gonna go far. Despite everything that happened this year, I don't think they're gonna go far, and I don't think the NFL is gonna reward Antonio Brown with a Super Bowl ring. To be honest with you, you know, like y'all might say, "Oh, well, what are you talking about? He's been balling, this and that." Yes, he has. He has become less of a distraction, and he's been more of a team player. But again, the NFL is the NFL, and the NFL picks and chooses who they want to win the Super Bowl. Knowing that the Super Bowl is going to be in Tampa Bay's hometown, and nobody in the history of the NFL has represented their hometown in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Dating back to, Super Bowl 42. It was in Glendale, Arizona. You know what I'm saying? You would expect that the Cardinals would have hosted, their Super Bowl there. You know what I'm saying? Or the when the Super Bowl was in Miami. I mean, obviously the Miami Dolphins wasn't really that good, but I'm just saying, like, if they were where they were right now, even though they missed the playoffs, they could have still missed. They could have still made the playoffs if the Jaguars had it won. You know what I'm saying? So, there's gonna be a lot of there's gonna be a lot of scenarios where teams have to rely on other teams to beat that significant team. You know what I'm saying? Some might be lucky, some might get lucky and win. Others, they might finish with a 10-6 record, but going to the playoffs was the ultimate goal. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that the Washington team is gonna shock everybody. Like I said, Tampa Bay is not really that great. I don't even know if Mike Evans is gonna play. So that's something to look forward to. If he's not able to play, then they're gonna have to rely heavy on Godwin and Antonio Brown and Gronk. So because the way he buckled that shit looks so nasty. And I did that a couple of times when I was playing basketball. I would come down with a rebound and I would land awkwardly in my that shit freaking hurts. I ain't gonna lie. I feel this pain. But yeah. So anyways, and the second and to move forward to the Steelers. I just think the Browns are a very good, complete team. I think they can run the ball on them. I think they can pass the ball on them. They play defense very good. You know what I'm saying? But we all know how the playoffs are. It's going to be slow, methodical, not fast paced. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fireworks is going to happen in the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's going to be a controversial call that the referees is going to, miss. Or, there might be a holding that the referee didn't throw in the last seconds of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be that. You know what I'm saying? But you can't, like I said, you can't let the referees dictate the game. Even though they can, you know what I'm saying? But you can't allow that. You have to finish your business. You have to handle your business. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you have to, take the team that should have been in the playoffs out. Because if you look at the Steelers' record, or if you look at the Steelers' schedule, they was facing teams that either didn't make the playoffs last year, the Giants, or they had a losing record last year, Giants. So I mean, not even the Giants, just teams that had bad records last year or missed the playoffs last year. That's why they won 13 games or however many games that they won. Um, but obviously, a lot of the starters wasn't playing week 17, so I understand that. But again, momentum goes a full way. I remember when week 17, the Giants versus the Patriots. Everybody was asking Tom Coughlin, are you going to rest your players? Are you going to rest your players? You know what I'm saying? Tom Coughlin could have rested his players, but you know what? Tom Coughlin sent a clear message that we was not going to lay low for anybody. Whatever happens, happens, and let the chips fall where they may, and that gave the Giants a boost of confidence. Very, like 20, like I'll probably say they gave them like a 70% boost of confidence going into the playoffs. Like that goes a long way. Now had Tom Coughlin sat his players, we don't know how those playoff games would have unraveled. We could have probably lost against the damn Buccaneers at home. I mean, on the road. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't have no home games. Outside of the second championship run where we blew out the Falcons 24-2. But outside of that, the first go around, we was basically on the road. So we don't know what would have happened if the Giants, if Tom Coughlin would have rested his players, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that he didn't, that sent a lot of shockwaves through the NFL. Like, wow, this team really wants to defeat the Patriots. But even though they lost, that showed that we can hang with them. We can hang with the best of them. I mean that should have been the final score of Super Bowl 42, but obviously that 17-14 win. Take it however you want it, but we won. But I just think that the Browns, they could run the ball better. They have better receivers. Baker Mayfield, he can. He's more mobilized than Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger is not really mobile. Like he was never mobile. Like he can move around, but it all comes down to that defense. Defense wins championships. Defense wins games. Like the old saying goes, offense scores points. Defense wins championships. And that's always going to be the motto. It doesn't matter, because offense do score points because that's what they're there for. They score points. Defense wins games and championships. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, those are my two shockers. Those are my two upsets. But other than that, the rest of the games is just lollywop. It's like there's nothing really too bad. But like I expect the Bills to beat. I expect the Bills to beat the Colts. I expect the Titans to beat the Ravens. I expect the Washington team to beat Tampa on an upset. Just two of my upsets, I expect the Saints to beat the Bears. That's if the Saints don't have to travel. But I think they'll have home court advantage. Because the Saints do not do well when they travel outside of domes. Like if the Saints have to travel to Green Bay, it's a wrap. Because for some odd reason, dome teams do not play very well outside, so that's a huge advantage Green Bay. But anyways, that's just my recap. Like, comment, subscribe. If you think that both of my upsets will come true. Take a crack at it at my comments down below. If you think, the Steelers are just playing possum and it's gonna, or and then they're just gonna blow out the Browns, send them out their misery, you can also let me know. But without further ado, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.